All right, this is One Last Midnight. Welcome back to another episode of Astroneer. So, in a previous video, we looked at power. Today, we're going to look at power distribution, how power flows between stuff. Yeah, right? Oh, in the power video, I forgot to look at the large solar. We're going to look at that too today as well. I hope you guys liked the video. Thanks. Okay, so in one of the other videos I produced, we were talking about power and how power is created and how much each one of these items create power-wise, but we didn't really talk about power distribution. So let's go ahead and talk about power distribution, just in case you were curious. Power distribution between two platforms happens with a cable and is bidirectional. So what does that mean? So that means if I have power on one side, power will flow to the other platform, regardless what side the power is on. It will flow between the two. So if I put a base building on this side, it'll run and receive power from this particular power unit, and vice versa, right? We're gonna have it on this side, and we can run power. All right, so this cable is bidirectional between platforms, only between platforms. Let's talk about power extenders. There's two ways to use the power extenders or the extenders. It's just a cable extender. You can put it on the ground and you can hit F to use, which will then bring out a cable extender. And then you can position it the way you want to position it. Let's say I want to position it here, and then you can drag one cable to the other cable. Now what you'll notice is an arrow going across. And that arrow tells you the direction in which the power is going. Power will not go, if I was to put a platform on this other side, power will not go from this side of the cable in. You notice how it just changed the direction of the cable. You can change these cable directions by plugging in and unplugging the cables into one side, so you can actually change the direction of the power. Now we'll have it flow this way, but it's now set up to flow to my left instead of to my right. And if I wanted to change that, I can just unplug it and re-plug in the cable over here, and then it'll start flowing. But it's a single direction. It's a one-way connection. There is no two-way connections to the extender power cable. It's a single one-way connection. So the other way to use the extenders is to actually put them into your auxiliary pack. Now you'll notice this auxiliary pack is C. If I hit C, it shuts off the light. This auxiliary pack is V. If I hit V, it's automatically going to put down an extender for me. And then you can start working it and using it. This is a lot easier than having to, well, maybe not a lot easier, but it's easier than having to deal with putting it on the ground and extending it out, right? That's kind of a pain in the butt. But here you go, now I've given power. And this is an example of using an extender for one-way power. I also have another example for using extenders for one-way power. And that's sitting over here. Now the sun is not in the correct position. It is getting over. When I first landed on this planet, I had this large solar panel. And this large solar panel does work. But I knew, because of the way that it was positioned and the way that it's standing, it's only collecting sunlight off of this side. And I typically knock these down and lay them on the ground, but I didn't want to do that with this one. I just wanted to keep it standing. And so I actually wound up hooking up, and we'll talk about this in a minute, a splitter, just to see how much power I'm getting in. I didn't mention this in the power video. People were asking about the large solar that is stranded there and how much power it produces. This is variable power. I don't have full sunlight. By the time that the sun actually starts setting, I'll have full sunlight, or at least as much as this solar panel can collect, which is like 3.7 or something like that. I have a video shot of it. You guys can see it. Okay, let's keep talking about this. So let's talk about, before my solar goes out, let's talk about the splitter. The splitter will allow you to bring in power from a single source and split that power into two single direction cables. So I put up two medium solars, which is going to put out 4 amps. So you're going to easily see that each platform is getting 2 amps. The splitter has a great control feature to it. It has 2 slider bars that allow you to adjust how much amperage you want to go along each one of these power conduits. So you've got in this case, if we're looking face on, you've got the left-hand side and the right-hand side. Oops, I didn't want to pick you up. And I can adjust that I want more power to go to one side and less power to go to the other. On this example, I've reduced the power down to 0. So the the right-hand platform is getting all of the power. Conversely, switch it to the other side. And you can see by the arrows how big and thick and fat the arrows are. You notice that when you actually alter some of the power usage, that the arrows change. So on the left-hand side over here, the arrows are a little bit thinner, and on the right-hand side, they're a little bit thicker if you look at them over here. And of course, the input power is always going to be the same because that's the amount of power that's coming through, unless you wind up splitting that again. With the combination between the splitters and the extenders, you can wind up getting a very interesting base configuration. You could also wind up setting your base or some power system maybe way up in the mountains to be able to get power sooner from solar, bring it down with the extenders, then wind up splitting off that power off to your base to maybe key priority functions such as your research chambers or something else like atmosphere condenser or whatever you want to run, or however you want to run that power distribution. All right, let's talk about power priority. So that's an interesting question, right? I'm going to get away from these platforms because the moment I get next to these platforms, the tether is going to attach to me and give me power. Power priority goes with the Astroneer first. You are numero uno. So why is that? Well, the main reason behind that is because you need to be able to run your gear, right? You got to be able to run your stuff. And so if your base is providing limited amount of power and you happen to have a tether system hooked up, you're going to take the power to run your backpack first. Now I've run my backpack down almost out of power. I want to show you how the priority happens. We're going to take this solar power and we're going to hook it up enough to run this research chamber. The moment I get close to this research chamber is going to stop. As soon as I get close to this platform, I'm going to hook up to a tether and I am going to suck up all that power. Watch it. You see how the research chamber completely stopped? Your body, you as the Astroneer, take priority in the power cycle. You are number 1 in the power chain. So power goes to you first. Let me disconnect this solar. I'm going to put a larger solar on there. Power goes to you first, then to the base building, then to the batteries. And you can see there's enough excess power to run the research chamber and start filling the batteries. If I take the power off, the batteries will not go down. I have enough power to run the research chamber, but I don't have enough extra power to fill up the batteries. If I was to go down on power again and then move back over to that platform, I'm going to pull this power. So the battery, you see the battery starting to drain? So I'm no longer, I'm going to fill it pretty fast. I'm no longer providing enough power for the research chamber and the battery because I'm taking precedence. I'm number 1 in the chain. I am taking whatever amps I needed to fill back up, which is lowering down the amount of power for the research chamber. So it actually wound up dragging power out of the battery. All right, well, I hope you guys understand power distribution a little bit better. I mean, it's pretty simple. I've said it a couple times in the videos, but it's you, the base buildings, and then any additional power will get stored into batteries if you have batteries. Well, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I really appreciate any support that you give me. And if you want to follow me on social media, you can click my links in the description below. I also wanted to personally thank all my Patreons. You guys really help my channel by allowing me to have servers that you can play in and allowing me to do extra things for you. So thank you very much. We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Please remember to hit that like button if you liked the video and subscribe to our channel so you can stay on top of all of our latest video releases. I release content almost every day. We'll see you guys soon. Bye.